Hello everyone. So in this particular video recording, we will see policy change transaction for select home product. So in the previous video, we have created HO3 homeowners policy, which is in info status currently. So this is the policy which we have created. So now on the same policy, we will see policy change transaction. So I'm just opening this policy, and from actions there is an option to change the policy. So before we begin with our transaction, Blessing, do you want to set the context for this video?
Yeah, sure, Ashish. So, as you can see, right, so for homeowners policy, you can see the term is, it's a 12-month policy. So you can able to see the effective date is 12/8/2021 and expiration date is 12/8/2022. So within the period of year, if there is any changes that is required to the policy, the insured can able to call and change the details. So with some of the common changes they can do, or you can change the mailing address. Suppose you live in a place, but you want your document to be sent to some other address, then you can do that. And then you can able to change the coverage limits. So these are the basic things that the insured will do whenever request for do as part of the policy change. So now let's see how we can create a policy change. So this is most similar to the way how we did it for auto. So in auto, we talk about three different types of policy change, right? Out of sequence, preemption, and the regular policy change, right? And just to reiterate, out of sequence is not only specific to policy change, it can happen between any transactions. So as part of this video, we will be covering a regular policy change, and the screen flow of this policy change will be more similar to new business. So that's what we are going to focus on today. Let's see this.
Yes, thank you very much, Blessing. So we will start with our transaction. So I'm selecting change policy option here. Then we have to select the effective date. So as we had seen, the system effective date was 8th of December. So we will select, say, 12th of December for transaction. This is the policy info screen. So as we have seen the transaction very much in detail for select auto product, it will be more of a similar transaction. So we will quickly go through the different screens. It is almost similar to the new business. All the screens are getting repeated again. Particularly if you want to change anything, we can change those details on that particular screen. So as a part of this policy change, we will try changing the coverage. So any particular coverage, we will see which one to select. So the first one, all other perils, instead of 1000 we will select 1500 as a coverage amount. We will select next. Wisdom hill deductible must exceed all other perils. So we will select this as well, and we will give 1500. Okay, now we will click on next. Next, these two were the earlier underwriting issues, so which we have approved already. So the approve button is disabled because we have already approved at the time of new business. So we will click on next. So this is the policy review screen where we can see what changes we have done to the policy. So here we can see we have changed these two dwelling coverages. Existing policy, on existing policy the limit was $1,000, which we have changed it to $1,500. So we can review this. If we want to make any other changes, we can always go back and make other changes as well to this policy. From this screen, now we will click on quote. On quote screen, next. On form screen, next. Okay. So on payment screen, now we have option to issue policy. Are you sure you want to issue? Add other policy remarks. So we have to go to add remarks and add our remarks. Click on update and click on issue
Before
policy again.
issuing,
Yeah.
Can we go back to policy review screen?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So here we can able to see what are the details that got changed, right? So between the existing policy and the policy change, we can see in the screen. And then let's go to the quote screen.
Yes.
Okay. So here you can able to see the premium gets reduced by $13.96. The reason for this is we have increased the deductible. So deductible is one component wherein the meaning of deductible is, as an insured, I'm going to hold that particular amount, or I'm going to pay that amount, that much of amount when a loss occurred. That is the meaning of deductible. So let's assume when a loss has occurred, the total loss is $4,000, right? Initially, as part of the new business, what I have chosen is I have chosen $1,000. So if the loss occurred, the insurance company has to pay only $3,000, and I will bear that $1,000. So now in the policy change, what the insured thought is like, okay, I'm going to increase my deductible limit so that I can able to retain more loss, and insurance company can give me less. So in this case, the premium should decrease because the insured is taking a higher deductible. So what we have chosen is $1,500. So in this, same example, whatever I mentioned, right? So in $4,000 loss, initially the insured retains $1,000 and $3,000 will be paid by the insurance company. Now the $1,500 will be retained and $2,500 will be paid by the insurance company. Since insurance company is going to pay a lesser amount for that loss, the premium gets increased. Gets decreased. So this is one of the example wherein how you can decrease the premium. Either you can increase the deductible or you can decrease the coverage limits. There are a lot of options available you can do to decrease the premium cost.
Yes, sure. Thank you very much, Blessing. So we'll go back to payment screen and we will issue a policy to complete this transaction. Okay. So this policy has been changed. Now if we go back to the policy, go back to the completed activities. So here we can see this was the policy submission transaction which we had created, and on the same policy we have performed the policy change transaction. If we scroll to the right, we can see premium has been decreased after policy change. Okay, so this is the standard way to process the policy change for select auto home product. So before we conclude this session, Dwelling, do you want to say something?
No, Ashish, pretty much we have covered the regular policy change.
Yes, sure. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you all.